the general manager of the second best team in the NHL with 92 points, Don Waddell. Don, do enough people know this? That you guys are the second best team?
Well, we like to just slide under the radar here. We've been fortunate to be in the spot we're in, and hopefully we can continue on, finish out the season, get ready for the postseason.
Leaf fans want to thank you personally for humiliating Tampa Bay earlier in the week.
Yeah, I think we caught them at a good time. Not that we didn't play a very good game, but those things happen. We've seen it with lots of teams, but no, it was a pretty entertaining game to be at home in front of a full house.
So, Don, things have gone very well for you guys, as noted. When you went into the deadline, God, it was turmoil here in Toronto. 6 players got turned over. How did you guys feel the deadline went for you? Did it go to plan?
It did. We went in with needs. We felt that we didn't want to lose anybody off our current roster. We like our roster, but our power play, for as good as our record is, I think at that point we were 23rd in the league, and of the 16 playoff teams, we'd have been 16th entering the playoffs. So we wanted to address our power play, and we felt if we did that in Gothenburg, and then we wanted some more depth up front, and we've always had time for Jesse, and we made a decision we had some cap space, obviously, because of the Max Pacioretty situation, and we felt that those 2 players, bringing them in, would give us another little lift and not break up our team the way we were going.
Was there a thought of, that we heard the Timo Meier rumors, but, Max Pacioretty is still shown that he could score at a great level, and, feel bad for him with his situation of hurting his Achilles tendon again. Is there any thought, Don, of maybe even bringing him back next year after a couple of setbacks?
Yeah, no, we went in, this summer, and we were fortunate to add him and add Max. And, the heartbreaking thing there, we won the game the night he got hurt, and it was the most somber locker room I've ever been in, because the players watched how hard he worked to get back, and for him to play 5 games and score 3 goals and then re-tear his Achilles, it was just a big blow, not just to the organization, but more personally for Max himself. So to answer your question, yes, I think he's going to come back. Whether we can work something out with them to bring him back, we'd like to have him here. He's been a great influence around our locker room, because he's been in the locker room every single day through his treatment and being with the guys. So I think this type of injury that everybody tells me, I'm becoming an expert on Achilles tendons, that once you have that second surgery, it's 99.9 that injury is not going to come back. So, we got a ways to go here. He's got a long rehab in front of him, but watching how he approached the first time around, there's no reason to think that he won't come back a second time.
Don, you guys are such an interesting built team in terms of forward depth. You look at the 4th line right now, just pulling it up quickly online, looking at Stastny, Stepan, Nason. Like, you guys are, it's not your typical construction. You guys use all your 12 forwards. Is that something your coach likes? Is that something you sought out, or is it just sort of circumstance? How do you come to design a team that looks the way yours does?
Well, we look at it a little differently, that it takes goals to win hockey games. And, it doesn't matter what line we throw out there, 2 things have to happen. They have to be responsible defensively, and all those players are, and we need them to contribute offensively. And they've also done that too. So, everybody builds their teams and sets up their lineups, differently. That's just our approach. It's been working for us, and we're going to continue with that thought process moving forward.
You mentioned Gostisbehere for your power play. How about Jesse Puljujarvi and what he brings? Obviously, you didn't trade for a top 5 overall pick, but you did trade for someone that you can be, you believe that can be a serviceable player. What did you see enough out of this player to bring him on board?
Yeah, we're very familiar with the player. Obviously, the draft that he went, we got 2 of the other guys, Svechnikov and KK, that were drafted there. So we're very familiar with the player. Obviously, he played with Sebastian Aho in the World Juniors. I've talked to Kenny Holland about him for almost a year, and Kenny did not want to trade him, and he got in a situation where he had to move some salary cap out to make the move he did on defense. And I remember he called me that morning and said, "Are you still interested?" I said, "Absolutely." So we think we wanted to get a little bigger on the right side. We believe he brings speed, and he knows how to play. He's got to be given that opportunity to get back to where we all think he can be, and I think it's going to be a good fit for all of us.
Don, I watched some clips online of watching Rod Brind'Amour welcome guys into the lineup and talking about the family there. Rod Brind'Amour is obviously integral to the culture of the Carolina Hurricanes. It just feels like a unique group. What is it about your team that feels unique? Just in general, I mean, the Carolina Hurricanes seem unique to me. Is that a fair assessment from the outside?
Yeah, it is. And I think, one of the things that Rod's never going to ask anybody to do that he hasn't either done or still does himself. We're the way we play, we're we try to play fast, and we feel like we're one of the better conditioned teams in the league, which is no surprise, leading by Rod. We always say, in our locker room, it's if you can't create a culture, it's got to happen on its own. But if you put the elements in place for it, the players want to play for each other. They feel like a family out there, and they want. We play a man-on-man system, which is no surprise to anybody, and everybody's got responsibilities. And so, if everybody takes care of what they need to do, they're watching out for each other. Then we're going to have success with that kind of style.